Okay, another dream. Been on a roll lately. I think I've had several in the past week. This was not a fun dream. There's some dreams that it's like, it would seem, oh, well, that's not such a bad thing. But the problem is, I'm, oh my gosh, you need to get over. The problem is not, oh, you know, it would be fun to go on a deer hunt and argue with your family. Those kinds of dreams, my brain is working, and it might not be getting the best, most restful sleep, but it's not trying to run a marathon. It's not in survival mode. When I have true nightmares where I'm trying to stop myself from dying, I believe I'm gonna die if I don't do something to save myself. Those dreams are not fun to have. Man, this road sucks. I'm ready for winter to be over. Okay, yeah, you're gonna pass me? Alright, go for it, buddy. Have fun in the ditch. My goodness. Didn't even wipe the snow off your back window. But this is one of those dreams where if I didn't do something, I was gonna die. When I have these dreams, I wake up in the morning and just feel like crap because my heart has been pounding for, you know, I don't know how long the dream actually spanned over the course of, you know, it could have been the entire night, it could have been hours, it could have been a couple of minutes. You know, dream chemistry is really weird. Sometimes things that last for days in your head actually only take place over the course of a couple hours or like a half hour, because your body has cycles that it goes through while you're sleeping. So depending on the length of your cycle, your dream is located somewhere in one of those cycles. So I really have no way of giving an estimate even on how long this lasted. But I wake up and I feel like I just ran a marathon. So anyways, enough with the intro. In this dream, oh come on. In this dream, I owned and managed 3 office buildings. It was like my company. I owned like one branch on the east side, one branch on the west side, and one on the south side. And then the north side, it was just an open area, if that makes any sense. I don't even know if it makes sense, but I'm trying to remember, you know, what I had: east branch, west branch, south branch. And I'm sitting at my desk, and I get a message on my phone. National Emergency Emergency Service has declared emergency. Zombie outbreak emergency. There was like a horde of zombies, what they would call zombies. Basically, people with communicable psycho-inducing diseases that act as a parasite that kill your brain and drive you to feast upon the living flesh of others. So I don't remember exactly what they called it, but for all intents and purposes, they were zombies. There were groups of them. And I had in each branch several safes. And because I owned the building, I never had to answer to anybody. I never told anybody. I'm putting it in four-wheel drive. I never told anybody. But these safes basically just contained a bunch of guns and ammo. And like, I never thought that there would be a zombie invasion. But I just always thought, you know, it'd be good to have. Being prepared ahead of time for something like a foreign invasion or something like that. I don't know. All I know is that there were safes in each building. Ooh, it's icy, boy. And so as the boss and owner and leader of all these people, I had to like quickly assess the situation. And so basically I gathered everybody in like their office buildings, their little meeting centers. And I didn't know if anybody else had heard about the alert or not. So I just tried to stay calm. And I got together like these random group surveys. And it didn't really seem like anybody had heard about it yet. So I just threw in several questions to sort people out. It was supposed to be like a company powwow game exercise, bull crap, whatever. And I would ask these stupid questions that basically got it out of people whether they had ever used a gun or not. It was like, have you ever joined somebody or taken somebody on a recreational hunt for deer, small game, or any other animals? If so, raise your hand. And then it was like, if you have ever made a campfire using tools other than lighters, if you have ever trained in martial arts, you know. And I basically just said, you know, got these questions out of people, and then I said, if you answered yes to 2 out of 3 of these questions, everybody go to the right side of the room, and everybody who said who only got 1, just go to the left side of the room. And everybody would filter out, and then I would say, okay, the meeting is over. Everybody on the right side of the room, come with me. Everybody in the left side of the room, you can just return to your lives as normal, so as not to reveal myself. And I went from each building, and I did this to each building, and came up with a group of people. Because in my head, if you've never used a gun, you're gonna die for sure. If you've never been on a hunt, and you've never even made a campfire, and you don't know how to use a gun, you're definitely gonna die. And I was just already giving up on those people. Those people were just free to do whatever they wanted. I wasn't gonna give a gun to somebody just to make them feel good. And I didn't have time to show each person what to do and how to do it or anything. So I gathered my group of people and I went to the back office rooms. And the stupid thing is, I had all of my gun safes fitted with padlocks and like number key locks. And so whether these people lived or died or not was basically dependent on, and myself too, was basically dependent on whether I could remember the combination to each one of these stinking safes. And they were all different. And in the beginning of the dream, I was pretty much able to remember the combination. I remembered the combo, and when we got into the safes had good weapons in it, something that you would want for self-defense against a horde of zombies. You would want AR-15s and AKs and shotguns and handguns. You would want, fighting weapons, basically. Not necessarily hunting weapons, but weapons that, the cops would use or the military would use. Powerful, efficient, high capacity. And I handed them out and just said, listen, I know this sounds crazy. And as I'm talking, I'm handing these weapons out and I'm passing out ammo. I said, there is a group of zombies coming this way. Everybody who got sorted into Group A, or Group 1, or whatever I called it, they're all going to die. They don't know how to use a gun. They've got bigger problems in life than an approaching zombie army. I want each and every one of you to spread out and strategically place yourself among the building to try and defend us from these zombies. I think I had like a shotgun and a semi-automatic pistol because I wanted a backup. I always gave myself a backup. Well, so I had to go to each office and do this. I went to the first office, punched in the code, got out the weapons, gave the speech. Go to the next office, punch in the codes, distribute weapons, give the speech. I did that 3 times, and I was able to remember each different combination for each safe. I think there were 6 or 7 safes in total. Well, the invasion came, and they killed everybody, including me. And when you're fighting for your life like that, your heart is pounding because you think you're going to die, and they're biting you and killing you. And when I died, I felt like this, like I didn't get like ripped apart and eaten, but they bit me, and like I could feel the insanity coming over myself. And when I like became a zombie, there was like this sick, evil feeling that I sort of liked. I had like a smirk on my face because I was like ready to go attack somebody, basically. It had like made its way into my mind. Well, as soon as that moment happened where I like I like went over to the other side, I went right back to the beginning of the dream. Sitting at my desk, looked down at my phone. Emergency services has declared a national emergency zombie outbreak. It was like Groundhog's Day almost. The minute that it's over, you go right back to the beginning. So this go around, I kind of know more of, this time around, I'm kind of armed more with the knowledge of what can probably happen. So I take pretty much the same approach, because I didn't think that our approach was bad. I just felt that like maybe I needed to pick better places to put people, where like instead of letting them decide, I would decide, okay, you go here, you do this, you do that. Well, this time around when I went to the safes, the codes were different again. And like I was having a harder time remembering the combinations. I think some of the safes, there were like 2 or 3 in the building. I was only able to get 2 open. And when I opened it up, like there were still some good guns, but like there would be a handful of like really old shotguns in there, like with long barrels, like bird hunting guns and bird shot shells, stuff that wasn't, would in real life would not be ideal for defending yourself. I mean, you could easily shoot somebody with birdshot in the face and it would just explode their head like a watermelon, explode a zombie head like a watermelon. But you'd have to be relatively close, and it's just not ideal. That's the reason why the military doesn't use birdshot to go after bad guys in buildings. So we played this scenario again. I wasn't able to distribute as many weapons and as good of weapons to everybody because I wasn't able to get all of the safes open. But I kind of tried to set people up the best I could, and we got killed again. And the same thing happened. Like there was this evil feeling that swept over me, and the moment that it happened, I woke up. Or excuse me, I sat up at my desk. And this time, I could only remember, because like now I'm panicking. I pulled the same scenario, the same, effort But instead of doing it in an organized fashion, like everybody, answer these 3 questions, it was just like, okay, everybody who's ever used a gun, go to this side of the room. Everybody who hasn't, go to that side of the room. And, like, people weren't cooperating, and they were asking questions. It was in much less of an organized fashion. And this time around, when I finally got to the safes, I could only remember like 1 or 2 of the combinations. And this time, there weren't any like semi-automatic fighting style weapons. It was like old shotguns, double barrels, and 22s. Squirrel hunting guns. 410 shotguns. Not stuff that you want to go up against zombies with. And it kept getting, so basically, like in my head, in order to escape this reality, we had to survive this horde of zombies attacking us. But I just kept getting more and more panicked, and the circumstances were just becoming more and more unfavorable. And the whole time that, I'm asleep with this, my heart is just pounding. I wake up in the morning and I just feel like crap. And it sucks. Because then now I got to go work 10 hours again. But I never did defeat the game. The zombie invasion. I got killed like 3 or 4 times. They were biting me and it hurt. It didn't feel good. And then ultimately I would feel my body, my brain give itself over to this parasite or whatever it was. Anyways, I don't know if I can really remember anything else. So that's where we'll end this one. Bottom line, that was a sucky dream. It sucks. I'm ready to be done having nightmares.